Yeah, come in.
Yes, come in.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Please be seated.
Thank you, sir.
Are you fully vaccinated?
Yes, I am.
You may remove your mask.
Thank you.
Please give a brief introduction about yourself.
My name is Lokesh and I belong to Etah district of Uttar Pradesh. I have done schooling from Delhi and BTech in Electronics and Communication from Guru Gobind Singh IP University. That is also in Delhi. Afterwards, I worked with 3 different companies. My last company was Iron Trading Private Limited. That was a software company. In 2013, I left my job to appear for the civil services exam and prepare for it, and appeared in UPSC mains twice, but could not clear it. And recently, I appeared in UPPSC, and I'm here.
I find that you are a real struggler. You passed out in the year 2005, isn't it?
That is right.
Since then, you have been, I don't know, aspiring to get what you want to get, isn't it?
That is right, sir. I had this thing in my mind that I have to be a civil servant for long, but due to some financial constraint, not
I understand
much,
that,
but,
I respect that. I am not asking that question, but you tell me freely, why engineers of late are getting so much enamored to join the civil services?
I can tell you about myself. I find it to be aspiring. I believe that the prospect is the kind of services which provides are immense, as well as the power along with that.
But you worked in private sector for pretty long, isn't it?
Yes, that is
After
right.
this realization dawned upon you only after serving for 6, 7, 8 years that you want to do something for the society or something for
Sir,
the country.
as I told you that I had this thing in my mind for a long, and I was trying to prepare for the civil services by remaining in the private
Suppose
sector.
if you don't get into the civil services, God forbid, then what is the plan B for you?
Actually, during this time when I was not working regularly in any kind of company or any kind of job, I had been doing a freelancing work that was basically in writing and copy editing, content editing as well. And I have written certain articles which had been appeared in certain web portals. And recently there is one book that has been released in the name of Ambedkar and Ambedkarism. In that book, one chapter is there of mine.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So you are a creative person also. You tell me, you must have given preferences for Deputy SP and Deputy Collector?
Sir, my first preference is Deputy Collector. Then the second one is Sahayak Nagar Ayuk. As far as the Deputy SP is concerned, that was always been like I wanted to be, I wanted to put that in the second preference. However, there was a height issue actually. 165 they wanted, and I tried to check it at different places, and somewhere I was getting 168 centimeters, and somewhere I was getting 164.5. 168 I was getting through laser. So I was confused about it. I talked about certain people
Still,
about
you
it.
could have opted for the police service given as a second preference. It was for the government to have taken a decision. If so much
Sir,
of confusion was there.
I had a word with a senior.
Okay, let's leave that topic there itself. You tell me, what is the difference between the role of a deputy collector and that of a deputy SP? Fundamental difference.
So fundamental difference is that it is the deputy collector is basically an administrative job. It includes revenue service as well as the magisterial part. Deputy SP, as far as concerned, it is majorly a police service. So in case it become a commissionerate, like assistant commissioner of police in some commissionerate, in that case he or she can get magisterial power, but majorly it would be a police power. And
does a police officer enjoy any quasi-judicial powers?
So when there are magisterial powers attached to the post, then there is.
Okay, thank you.
Lokesh,
Yes.
you are a student of sociology and you have read since 2014. At least you have mentioned it.
That is right, sir.
It is a long time. Must have some good knowledge about the sociology.
Fair knowledge, sir. You can say.
Fair knowledge. Okay. There is a topic religion is in the syllabus of sociology. What is religion and how it is different from dharma?
How it is different from dharma?
Dharma.
Okay. As far as religion is concerned, sociologically, if we look at it, it has been interpreted differently. And the sociological interpretation of religion is basically how it has influence on the people, how it make people act, in the sense that it has what kind of influence it has on the society as well as the people as an individual. On the other side, the dharma, when we talk about dharma is basically a doctrine that is attached to Hinduism, and it has certain parameters which basically conduct the idea that how a person should and ought to act in the society. To some extent, both of the concepts converges on the fact that they have an imposition of action, the social action of individual as well as the community as a whole. If we get into Durkheim's explanation of religion, he said that there is no need of God for origin of religion, and he said that it is actually the society itself whom the people worship, and ultimately God is the manifestation of that society which the society as well as the individual worship. So it is ultimately the society which the person worship. So that is how it is.
Okay. What is the, can you mention the agrarian class structure of India?
Sir, India is a diverse country, and as far as the agrarian class structure is concerned, it is also heavily diverse. But to some extent, it is also convergent to the caste system of the country. As far as the caste is concerned, it has implication. It has an economic organization of caste that prevails in India, actually, and this is the term which has been given by Sukhdev Thorat. So, as for this class structure is concerned, the higher caste usually have the higher classes. As we go down the hierarchy in the caste system, we see.
But you are not mentioning anything about the agrarian class structure.
That is right, sir. Basically, as if we look at the agrarian class structure, we have big landholders. Then we have people who have not much lands and meager lands, and then we have agricultural labor. So I would rather differentiate them.
My next question, Lokesh, when you look the map of India, while moving from in Gangetic or in the Great Plain of India, when we moving from west to east, the number and the percentage of landless agriculture is growing from Punjab to Bengal. Why it is so?
So it is majorly because of the land holding which is prevailing, because the ownership of the land is shrinking. Right now in India, it is around 1.08 hectare on an average basis. And when we move from west to east, there is also a factor of increasing population. So with the increase in population, the land gets differentiated again and again, and they get reduced land. And ultimately, what happens that due to economical constraints, many of these people who own little land and end up with mortgaging their land. And
any historical relation of Mahalwadi or the Raiyat Wari system?
Sir, yes, in Uttar Pradesh, there had been Malwadi as well as the zamindari system that prevailed. But right now I'm not able to collect that where exactly these.
Thank you. Thank you, Lokesh.
Lokesh, you actually have a hobby of philately, right?
Philately, that is right, ma'am.
Can you tell me some of the postage stamps that would be released in India in 2022?
2022, yes, ma'am. There is the latest one which has been released is Mumbai Samachar, and before that it was around. It was about Delhi University's sanitary year. Before that, there was also one which was regarding Guru Tegh Bahadur's.
We are also celebrating anniversaries of certain states, of them getting the statehood status. We'll be having stamps on that also. Can you tell some of these states?
No, ma'am, I have no idea about that. I apologize.
Okay. Which was India's first stamp?
Independent India's first stamp?
Independent
That
India.
was national flag reflecting on the stamp and Jai Hind written on the top right corner of the stamp.
Okay. Can you tell me the size of a standard stamp?
No, ma'am, I cannot tell you. I do not know about it.
You do not know?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have you heard about fincluation?
No, ma'am.
Why have there been raging forest fires in Europe all of a sudden?
The recent forest fires. Ma'am, basically it is all about the climate change which is occurring throughout the world. And for a long time, Europe had been untouched with this particular thing as far as the climate change is concerned. But recently, the increase in temperature has been observed in Germany, and there had been extensive rainfalls in the Germany itself, and that was like within 2 or 3 days, they observed much rain that was never been observed. So it is majorly because of the climate change as well as the consumption pattern which is growing, because of which the energy footsteps are increasing.
Does it have to do with the type of vegetation or forestation that we have in that part of the world?
As far as forestation is concerned, ma'am, within Europe, there is not that much of deforestation as far as I know, because
type of trees or the fauna you would see over there, flora you would see.
Yes, ma'am, that is basically coniferous and boreal kind of vegetation that.
And are they susceptible to fires?
I have no idea about it, ma'am.
Okay, anyway. My last question to you. Can you tell me one district of the UP which shares both the state border and international border?
I cannot guess it right now, ma'am.
Okay, a district which has more than one state border?
Yes, ma'am. There are. Saharanpur is there. That has link with Himachal Pradesh and Haryana.
Which district has maximum state borders?
That is Sonbhadra, ma'am, and it touches Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh.
Okay, thank you, Lokesh.
Explain in one sentence. Monotheism.
Believing in one God.
Polytheism.
Believing in many gods.
Agnosticism.
I do not know about it.
Any example of animism? Which religion follows animism?
Hinduism is there. Hinduism actually have a conception of soul and Atma that is there in everyone's life. So I think that.
Does Hindu religion also follow polytheism?
Yes, sir, because there are many conceptions related to God.
One example of monotheism, which religion follows?
Sir, Islam would be there.
Okay, thank you very much. It was nice talking to you. Your interview is over. We go now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Please sit down.
Thank you.
So how was your experience?
So it was fine. It was okay.
Could you assess your performance?
Yes, I'm losing on facts. Actually, I have a tendency to forget the things on the conceptual parts. So I tend to forget. When ma'am talked about the environmental issues in Europe, I have read that, but I tend to forget
you see,
things.
you are a very good candidate. I must tell you at the very outset, you are a wonderful candidate for the civil services. You have been trying and trying. So you reflect, you demonstrate never to say die spirit. That is in you, which is a very good thing. So you never lose your hope. So that is a plus point. Your communication skill is excellent. You could communicate your views very freely, frankly. There is no problem with the language part of it. So you could convey what you wanted to convey. That is another good point in you. You appear to be very honest, very simple, very positive. That is third good point in you. And very submissive is not the word. You are very humble person. So humility, you have a lot of humility, which is required of a civil servant. So all those qualities are there in you. Only thing is that so when you entered, your level of energy was very high, but gradually it kept on decreasing. So why it happened, I don't know. Maybe
so that is something which actually the same thing which it struck me then and there that I have a tendency to forget the things, and I also wrote here that somewhere I lost trust in myself that time.
So that is important. You see, your personality will be judged in a period of 20-25 minutes. That 25 minutes you have to give your best. Just forget about all other things. What will happen, what will not happen. So you should not brood over those uncertainties. Concentrate, focus on the interview part of it. Go with a smiling face, with a confidence, and I can do approach.
So is that fine if I'm losing on the facts in this way?
No, you should not. Number one, slightly raise your level of voice. Okay, because at times you are not very audible. Slightly, not greatly. Slightly you raise the level of voice. Then it will be more easier. It will be easier for us to understand what you say. So your voice is not reaching this side very clearly. Then certain things like philately is your hobby, and standard size of stamp and all that. It should be expected of you to know all that. So when you go back, just have a look at this philately, when it started, where it started, particularly. You answered well, but where it started, what are the important landmarks in the area of philately. World over, India, at least you should be focusing on India at least, if not world over. Okay. Then forest fire question was asked. So you should have given a very focused answer. Instead of that, you started harping upon rain in Germany and all that. Not required. So just think for a while what question has been asked. Collect your thoughts for a while, and then you speak. Then you, because you know the subject. Only thing is, out of nervousness or out of whatever it is, you just fail to.
I guess
it's like that only. So confidence part. Otherwise, you have wonderful personality. Total, your demeanor is very good. You are capable of scoring very good marks in the interview. No doubt about it. Only thing is that just be yourself. Keep your head on your shoulder. That I say, and you will be doing a pretty well. Your performance is going to be really very good in the interview. What about your dress and all? You will be wearing this dress only?
So yes, sir. This is especially for.
Okay, your sitting posture. Silently, try to bring both your together, knees together. So knee part. It's like this. Yeah. Then and erect position. Knee part is like that. You should go for haircut before you go for the interview.
Okay.
All the best to you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.